Okay, just asking about the link. Said he hasn't seen, this was, how long ago was this? A minute ago, he said, I haven't seen the email yet. And 3 minutes ago, he tried to call me. But I wasn't paying attention. And I know I don't have it yet here. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. must be needed.
That was your fun with Matisse and all that you went through.
That was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully someone will translate the last one.
Yeah. Sometimes he does it the next day. Is there a chance if we went out after meditation we could see the star
We'll
afterwards?
go take a peek.
Okay. The news has been talking about it today.
Oh yeah.
It's nice.
It's new news.
It's new news, the Star of Bethlehem. It's kind of old news, but updated. Updated news.
That's new news right there. New news. Good evening, my friends, and welcome to December 21st Solstice meditation. So we will be having a meditation this coming Wednesday because, as you well know in the newsletter, we moved it back to this auspicious occasion, December 21st. And of course, December 21st is quite auspicious because it is the true Christ Mass day. In Rome in 336 AD, they moved the date from December 21st, which is when the solstice actually is, and when the energies within the very core of Earth reawaken and the days begin to lengthen once again. And they changed it in order to subvert the pagans and the ancients who were still celebrating the 21st and to try and stop them and convert them over to the Christianized Roman way. So that's why we celebrate Christmas on December 25th, when in fact the true date is today, the Christ Mass, December 21st. And what it initiates, the 21st, is there's actually an energy at the very core of Mother Earth that is the living part of the sun. When the formation of the solar system occurred, within every planet there is, at the very core of it, part of the sun. And so the sun lives, esoterically and factually within the very core of Mother Earth. And because Earth is a living being, this is part of the essence of Earth Mother. And on December 21st, these energies reawaken. and they begin to literally rise up from the very core of Mother Earth. And as they rise up, it's on the equinox, which is Easter, the resurrection, when these energies actually touch the surface of Earth. And now there is the blooming and the coming forth of springtime. And then these energies, they then begin to move up, and they ascend to the most outer periphery of Earth's aura, which is then the winter or the summer solstice, where the days are then the longest. And at that time, these energies of Earth then they commune literally with the sun and receive the dispensation for the coming year and its unfolding. And then all those energies then begin to descend back towards the earth. And on the fall equinox, they then actually touch the earth's surface, which is the fall, the gathering of the fruits of the year. And then they descend, literally they're moving down, 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 once again to the very core. And on December 20th, you see once again they have touched the very core of Mother Earth, with all that information that was received at the very heights of Mother's communing with the Father, Son, and now it's at the very core of Mother Earth. And on December 21st, it awakens once again. The Christ, the child, wakens once again and begins to breathe that energy back up and out. Now, this is very important for us in our work because Mother Earth is also a star tetrahedron. Everything that lives and exists has a star tetrahedron around it. We have one. The Earth has one, as well as the Sun. And so when we look at the star tetrahedron, which is the focus of our work and our meditation, we know that the upper triangulation, apex above is divine power, and the apex below beneath is divine love, mother. Well, when we look at Earth, this is a image of a juxtaposition. Make sure I get this right. Here we go. So this is a juxtaposition of the star tetrahedron around Mother Earth. And right at this line, this is the latitude of 19.5 degrees. And then the latitude below is 19.5 degrees south. Well, at this point over here, at 19.5 degrees south, when the star tetrahedron is rotating, it moves through Easter Island. And when the one up above rotates, it actually moves then through the area that we call Hawaii. So Hawaii is at 19.5 degrees latitude. And very auspiciously, the volcano on Hawaii erupted today. And so Kilauea is once again bringing forth lava from the very core magma, the very interior of Mother Earth. At this very auspicious Christ in Christ Mass, we now have the effulgence of the living force of Mother literally coming to the surface. So a very exciting and very auspicious thing is happening. This is also very auspicious because we now have the conjunction of both Saturn and Jupiter in 0 degrees of Aquarius. It was in the constellation Pisces, and we have been moving out of the Piscean age, which was formulated some 2,000 plus years ago. And at that time, also Saturn and Jupiter were in exact alignment, and it was the Star of Bethlehem. It was the alignment that the three wise men knew heralded the birth of the King. Once again, the arising forth of the Christ Mass and moving then into the Piscean age, which again, a very auspicious time. But now you see we're moving into the Aquarian age, and this is now the open doorway. In 2012, in fact, exactly, I think even before that, in 1987, I believe it was harmonic convergence.
Yes.
And harmonic convergence was from the Mayan calendar that people were talking about the heralding, the coming of the age of Aquarius. And in fact, our friend Charles in Chicago, he sent me a little blurb from the fifth dimension, the song, "This is the Age of Aquarius," which is in fact 1987 was the heralding of the coming of the age of Aquarius. 2012, we then began to move then through the galactic equator and began to then move into the time of the age of Aquarius. And then at the what was it? It was December 14th. On December 14th, which was just 7 days ago, we had the full moon, or the what was it?
Eclipse of the sun.
What was it?
Eclipse of
Oh,
the
that's
sun.
we had the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse in the southern hemisphere, which was then the opening of the doorway. And now on December 21st, with the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter together, it is actually now moving into the age of Aquarius. So a very, very auspicious time. And so these two planets aligning, Saturn and Jupiter, it is the heralding of the star once again, the star of the true Christ Mass. So this is a very auspicious and a very exciting time on the planet. And as I was meditating today, it was a very beautiful, peaceful day. Here in California, it was so brilliant and bright and still. I laid outside on the grass and sunbathed for probably an hour in the warmth and the beauty and the grace of Mother Earth. So very exciting. So, of course, the star tetrahedron, then it has great meaning for you and I as well, because it is the star tetrahedron that, as we formulate it within our auric field, this great circle of living light around us, and we begin to formulate divine power, which is the focusing of attention and attention. It's actually using the light of the mind no longer for thinking, examining, or judging, or criticizing. It's bringing the mind back into perfect silence, so it becomes an agent of simply focusing of light and attention. And when we focus light and attention, we know that life form is a wave, but we know in quantum physics, when we focus attention upon the wave form, it collapses it into a particle of manifestation. And for most individuals, the mind is so scattered that they're always collapsing their waveform of their world into things that they think they want, things that they think will fulfill them, but in fact, it often creates chaos and things that really don't fulfill. And we see the waveform now all around us that is a waveform of chaos that we must now bring into a new waveform. And that waveform is symbolized in the Christ field. We were able to focus all of the light of the mind upon the heart of imagination and feeling. And as we bring forth feeling and love and joy and peace and prosperity, and we then focus the mind attention upon those feelings, those images arising forth from inside the star tetrahedron as it turns rapidly. These facets, they act like then living prisms of light, and they then spin out and create these things in our life around us that we then attract to us effortlessly. So quite a lot of magic within the star tetrahedron. And we know, moreover, that when we formulate the star tetrahedron with divine power above and divine feminine, as it is then moving upper triangulation in a clockwise left to right form, and the lower triangulation is then moving into a right-left circling, it then creates this movement of the two that then opens a vortex in the very middle of the star tetrahedron. Just as within the star tetrahedron of Mother Earth, there is the core, the living Christ field that then arises forth. In the very same way, as we open the doorway within the interior and the area of the heart chakra, it opens a doorway back into the void, where all things exist in potentiality. And then we simply focus the mind as we rest within the void upon the images that we would like to bring forth into manifestation. We hold the mind steady and focus the light within. We feel those images, and as the light touches them, it creates a reflection off of them, which then arises forth from out of the heart, touching the facets of the star tetrahedron, which then spins them out into light manifestation around us. And so we're moving from out of a time of doing, into a time of now being. And this is what the living waters of Aquarius show us, that the living waters arise forth from within. It is source, it is spirit, that when we open the inner doorway and then rest within the void, spirit source arises forth from inside out. It touches the facets of the Christ star and then creates us to be literally light-bearing individuals. We literally glow with the living light, the Christ field. So this is the magic of the star tetrahedron and the Christ Mass day today. One of the ways in which we learn to feel this light arising forth is through our breath work. In our breath work, which we call the Soham breath, the So is then the breathing in. We're actually then almost like making a sound. In yoga, it is called Ujjayi, where we gently constrict the throat, and then which makes the subtle sound of So. Now, we don't have to necessarily do it that way, but it's just knowing that this is the So, the in breath. And as we're then belly breathing, the diaphragm goes down, the belly goes out. It's a very deep, deep in breathing of So. But moreover, for us in our work, not only are we breathing in oxygen in the So, but equally and even more important, from the open doorway within the heart, we are breathing source, we are summoning source to now arise forth from within. So the So is then and spirit source, the living water is arising forth. We hold for a couple of counts, and with a gentle exhale, the sound of letting go, we then imagine and feel this living source light then flowing as the living waters of the Christ field out from us. And so we begin to create an identification of I am the open doorway. I am the breath of life, summoning source from inside out, and then the grace of simply letting it go to breathe out, to be the gift of life to the world, which is part of the great I am that is also you. So we're going to do the Soham breath for about 5 minutes. I encourage you to have the spine quite erect because it becomes the rod of initiation. That from the base of the spine, the coccyx, up to the crown chakra at the top of the head, there is a tube of living light from the Father above to the Mother beneath. And this is the tube of light of the Christ being I am. And so as we're breathing, we're then breathing with the source coming up and out. So let's go ahead and do the Soham breath for about 5 minutes. I will join with you. I always do the Soham breath with eyes open, which allows me then to do it when I'm driving or walking. Throughout the day, I can simply move into this quiet place within. So let's go ahead and begin the Soham breath, very deep source breathing. And with each breath, the body is relaxing. Letting go. And very easily, slowly coming back into the now. So this is the image of the star tetrahedron that is around the body. As you can see, there is a tube of light that is the spinal column. And so the star tetrahedron is in front, it's in back, it's all around, and the tube of light being the spinal column. We'd like to imagine that there is a string or something at the top of the head that is always gently pulling us up, straightening the spine, elongating, opening up this tube of light that runs from the kundalini at the base of the spine up and out the crown chakra. The star tetrahedron, the upper triangulation, is moving left to right clockwise. The lower triangulation moving right to left counterclockwise. And it's these counter-rotating vortices, triangulations, that as the star tetrahedron turns, it then opens the sacred doorway within the center of the chest, the heart chakra, back into the void where we truly exist. And it's where we exist and within the void that we have been creating, literally this whole display of light and manifestation to see what we might be. And so Spirit Source, which is our true essence, within the void has simply learned to create light and then manifest to see what we as Source might be. And so as we rest, you see within the very center of the star tetrahedron, within the open doorway, this is where the Christ rests at the open doorway, summoning Source Spirit and the images that you would bring forth in manifestation. It touches the facets of the star tetrahedron and then literally spins it out into particle manifestation around you. You become a manifester and a creator of life rather than reacting to things around you. So true creatorship is where we're moving to in the age of Aquarius, the Christ field. So I'm going to take you through the full formulation of the star tetrahedron. And as I do, we will then meditate for about 30 to 40 minutes, knowing that just as the Christ Mass awakened within Mother Earth today is the same awakening of the Christ Mass within the very open doorway within you. Each of us is becoming the embodiment of the living Christ Mass, the Christ field. And it is then in the Aquarian age that we literally become light bearers. We move beyond the old paradigm of needing and wanting to actually be the living light. And then we manifest and create in a very effortless way. And so we are at the beginning of that open doorway. We are the way showers. We have come to open and then be that manifestation. Just as the great being Jesus came approximately 2,000 years ago at the beginning of the Piscean age and showed us what the Christ field looks and feels like. And now we in Mass can then literally assemble the Christ field and we then move forward. And then in this gifting of life to earth, it then creates a new awakening of life on earth. Very exciting, special time. So let's go ahead and close the eyes and feel the body relaxing. If we should like, we can be aware of the breath, breathing in slowly and deeply, the so, breathing from the open doorway, and body is relaxing and letting go. We bring attention between the eyebrows, and as we draw a line straight back, within the approximate center point of the head, we ignite the light. Just like a light switch turns on the light, our attention ignites the light within the center point of the mind. And holding attention here, we feel the light increasing, filling the mind. We imagine the waters of the brain filled with light. I am the light. We gently focus, bring attention of the light to the heart chakra at the sternum. And with imagination, we illuminate the star tetrahedron. Upper triangulation of divine power is turning left to right clockwise. Left shoulder to right shoulder clockwise. Lower triangulation, divine love, is turning right to left counterclockwise. And as the star tetrahedron turns, it opens a sacred doorway within the very center of the chest, the heart chakra, back into the realms of infinite spirit, and arising forth as a living water source, the breath of life, touching the facets of the spinning Christ star to create light immanent, sparkling and effervescent all around us, flowing out into the world. The true meaning of I am the light. Let us sit quietly together, and I will join with you and bring us all into one light activation of the great Christ field. Spine erect, breath deep. I am the light. And very easily now, slowly coming back into the now. I had several friends email me today and talk about the emanation of light that was so profound. And it is a new light that's on the planet, and it's the opening of the doorway into the age of Aquarius that has happened because of this alignment with Saturn and Jupiter. And so we're now moving into this new beginning, a whole new way of living on Earth, and the old is falling away. We will watch it fall away quite rapidly, and with that, there could be much chaos. But once again, we are learning how to focus attention and feel from inside out the creation, the manifestation of our life, our reality. It's what we choose to create now. And we are no longer being imposed upon, except if we allow ourselves to, with our attention and our focus, choose to observe and to judge or to criticize or to dislike. It then draws even more of that to us. And then there's an emotional reaction. We feel fear or worry or frustration or anger. But those are, again, simply things from within to things that aren't really real outside. They may look like a movie that is quite real, but when you go to a movie and you no longer want to be in the movie, you simply change and put a different film on. And this is what this time is about. Individuals who will know how to simply hold their attention focused, divine mind, focused upon the heart and the feeling of joy, of prosperity, of dynamic health. And all of these qualities will then keep us healthy, whole, and always being taken into new trajectories of things being attracted to us that are wholesome and complete in their alignment with truth and with wisdom. So we don't need to worry about what is going on health wise, prosperity wise, financially wise. If we worry, we're drawing it to us. We simply dismiss that. We come back to I focus upon prosperity arising forth from within. I feel it. I feel dynamic health, the sunlight of joy and peace arising forth from within. And then we will be in health and vitality. So a very exciting and very beautiful time as we move into this true Christ Mass, the Christ field, that each of us is being called now to be the embodiment of that Christ field. It does take great dedication and discipline because the world wants to keep calling you back to its images, its feelings, its very visceral looking of what we think is going on. But it's the old movie, the old paradigm. We're now in, we choose to make the movie with what we focus upon and feel. And so when you get called back in this old visceral way, simply breathe. Come back to the breath work, the very deep 5-minute in breathing. You'll watch it fall away. Doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, you're caught up once again in the emotion. That's the key trigger. You're feeling the emotion, the fear, the worry, the sadness, the frustration. Something's got you out of balance. You've been focusing upon what is not real. Come back to the truth, your breath, summoning source from inside out. I am the living light. I choose to focus upon health and joy. And if you keep it focused there forevermore, it shall be so. This is the new age of the living waters of Aquarius. I can't thank you enough for being with me tonight. And all of us who joined together, it creates such a magnificent energy. Light was eminent, flowing, and gathered into a beautiful array of exquisite Christ feel. It's because you and I, we come together, and it's because of our consciousness as one, we then create a field that is then flowing out over the planet. We'll be back in January, the second week, second Wednesday in January. We'll be sending out once again the flyer, the notice. And as always, if you care to be on our mailing list or to show up, just simply give me an email and I'll keep you on the list. Great blessings, my friend, on this Christ Mass as we go forth into the new beginning and the new way of living. So be it. Namaste.